the Senate. I will start with a question from the Senator Nairobi County, which is about this particular school. And I want to state that the Fisa Oswald Primary School was registered as a public school by the Ministry of Education, filed a registration certificate number PE/572/97, dated 12th August 1997. Again, the school was registered again to align with the status of the County Education Board on the 6th December 2016. Copies of the registration have been provided herewith, and in 2023, Honorable Speaker, the school was also approved to host the junior school. Currently, the school has a total enrollment of 2,535 runners, comprising 1,273 boys and 1,262 girls. They had 91 runners in ECD, 2,347 runners in primary school, and 742 runners in the junior school. There are 45 teachers employed by the Teachers Service Commission and 45 staff employed by the Board of Management and the Nairobi City County Government. The school serves about 1,800 parents and guardians. Honorable Speaker, the land on which the school stands, that is error number 209/5996, was granted by the Government of Kenya to the Fisa Oswald Community Nairobi Registered Trustees way back in 1954. The land was granted for 99 years, effective 1954. The conditions of the grant include that the land shall be used for the construction of a school, and that there is a terminate if the school ceases to operate as such, that is, only for purposes of the school. The school initially ran as an all-Asian school before runners from other races were admitted in the year after independence, specifically starting from 1969. All along, Mr. Speaker, the school was run with teachers employed by the Teachers Service Commission on the understanding, of course, that this is a public school, and it also received monetary support under the free primary school program. However, the school buildings, on the other hand, were put up by the trustees. The question of whether the school is public or private, therefore, has been the subject of various court cases, and we have had protracted court cases for a number of years now, a total number of these cases being 5, which I'm sure the Honorable Senator from Nairobi is aware. The first one, Honorable Speaker, is Nairobi High Court civil case number 1474 of 2005, where the Fisa Oswald community sued the then City Council of Nairobi. And they went to court alleging that the land on which the primary school operates since 1954 was built using the community resources, and therefore the City Council had taken it over and converted it into a public primary school without role of authority. They there sought vacant possession of the property, and the court found, ruled in their favor as per the attached judgment, which we have been able to attach. However, the status quo remained. The second case was Nairobi High Court Constitutional Petition number 262 of 2013, where again it was the community, the Fisa Oswald community, registered trustees, versus the Attorney General, Commission of Lands, and the Cabinet Secretary Education then. and by letter dated 4th January 2013, the Commission of Lands wrote the trustees, giving them 6 months notice to surrender the subjected land, and the trustees, following that, filed a case against the Commission of Lands, notice saying they violated their constitutional right to property and fair administrative action. On the 28th March 2014, the court dismissed the case as per the charged judgment. The court found that the school had been built on a public land since registration, having received the teachers from the Teacher Service Commission, and the funding was provided under the Free Primary Education Program. A copy of the judgment is attached, Honorable Speaker. Again, following that, there was a Nairobi Court of Appeal Civil Appeal number 126 of 2014, where the Fisa Oswald community, again, versus the Attorney General, Commission of Lands, and the Cabinet Secretary Education. Again, this particular appeal judgment was issued on the 24th February 2019, and it was found to be in favor of the trustees. The court affirmed their rights over the land and held that there was no basis for the Commission of Lands to require the trustees to surrender their land. The Court of Appeal reasoned that the conditions in the grant did not categorize the school that was to be constructed, whether it was for public use or for private use. Following that, case number 4 now, the matter was taken to Supreme Court under application number 20E043 of 2020. The Board of Management and the Fisa Oswald Primary School versus Fisa Oswald Community, and then the Attorney General and the Minister for Education. And during that particular application, the School Board of Management applied for leave from the Supreme Court to appeal against the decision of 22nd February 2019 by the Court of Appeal. In its ruling, issued on 17th February 2022, the Supreme Court found that the fate of a public school is a matter of public interest, and that the Board of Management should be allowed to ventilate the matter in a proper forum. The Supreme Court directed the School Board of Management to institute its claim at the Environment and Lands Court. Following that, a case was filed, Nairobi ELC number E176 of 2022. The Board of Management again versus these trustees, and the case wanted a declaration that indeed the school is a public primary school, and the land in which it sits is public land for the public purpose of operating a school. The Minister of Education, in conjunction with the Attorney General, filed a replying affidavit in support of the school's case. In the meantime, the school also applied for conservative orders, which to instruct the trustees from interfering with the management of the school. This application was however dismissed by the court on 24th November 2022, but the original main application is still pending in the court. Honorable Speaker, therefore, the ministry is actually working on this matter with the Attorney General and the Board of Management to safeguard and maintain the position that this particular school is a public school, and the land being occupied there is for public purpose and not for private purpose as such. So our position is clear on that we will still continue fighting this matter in court until the true position is maintained that this is land for public use and that this is a public school. So the 2,500 students are still going on in this particular school. It has not come to a time where, of course, we can say that there are any such eviction orders which can be able to take effect. And we are still maintaining that and fighting the matter in court. I so submit, Honorable Speaker, sir.
Proceed with the other questions. Give the answers to the responses.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The Kirinyaga issue is that Kirinyaga University is a public university that was chartered.
If possible, you can just summarize the...
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. That's better. Kirinyaga University is a chartered public university since 2016, and the total number of staff at this particular university is 284, Honorable Speaker, and out of these 284, 69 are from the local community, that is Kirinyaga County, whereas 215 are from other counties across the country. The total number of support staff is 48. Out of this, 30 are from the local community, that is Kirinyaga, which represents 62.5%. The total number of clerical and administrative staff is 116, and out of this, 27 are from the local community, that is Kirinyaga, and that represents 23.27%. The total number of academic staff is 120, and out of this, Honorable Speaker, 12 are from the local community, which again translates into 10%. I have shown a schedule, which a table there, which is indicating clearly on this particular distribution. The second part of the question, I would like to state that the University Act is very clear that the responsibility of employing any staff of a university is given to the University Council, and of course we are aware that the Constitution of Kenya, Article 232, provides that values and the principles of public service, particularly when it comes to matters recruitment, we must take into consideration the following factors. One is fair competition and merit as the basis of appointment and promotion. Again, it must be representative of Kenya's diverse communities, as well as affording adequate and equal opportunities for appointment, training and advancement at all levels. So again, when you come to Section 7 of the National Cohesion and Integration Act, Honorable Speaker, it also reinforces these provisions of the Constitution, which clearly states that we must seek to represent the diversity of the people of Kenya in the employment of staff, and that no public establishment shall have more than 1/3 of its staff from the same ethnic community. So a university being a state corporation bound by all these public sector rules on recruitment and employment of staff, we are also ensuring that we comply as much as possible as this particular one is concerned. There is no given policy really apart from the rules that have been able to state, which states that employment must be of a fixed quota from the local community. But generally, the lower cadre, which is from grade 2 to grade 8, which comprises of the support staff and the junior administrative staff, they normally originate from the locality of the university. And this is not only for Kirinyaga University, but it's a pattern that we have all over other public universities. Particularly here, you can see that the lower staff, 62.5%, originate from the local community, which is Kirinyaga County. The impact to the local community is the other set of the question. I would like to state that the local community is very important in the context that it is within that particular community that the university operates, and of course, it is that particular community which has to create a conducive environment for the university, and in particular, the security and the safety of the students, even as they go out of campus once after a while. We rely also on the local community, and therefore their support is very critical, Honorable Speaker. It is also, of course, very clear that universities provide employment opportunities, and in the cadre that I have said, the rural cadre, it is the local community that is able to benefit, and even when there are casual employment opportunities, the members of the local community, particularly when we are having any construction sites within universities, which, as you are aware, have been quite a number, and even university farms, we engage casual employees from the local community. As well, the universities also impact very positively on the local communities because they offer business opportunities such as accommodation, hostels for university students and staff, and also even the normal supplies to the university are also done by the communities. From the policy standpoint, Honorable Speaker, we always encourage universities to engage in research and also engage in community outreach, such that the findings of any research done can be of impact to the surrounding and the local community. If you go, for example, to the University of Dedan Kimathi, you can see the kind of engagement they have done in matters coffee growing and the great impact that it has had on the surrounding communities. So in that particular question, I think we have covered all the areas. I would like to go to the other section also on Kirinyaga. Yeah, the other one, Honorable Speaker, is about what branch government has to establish a national polytechnic in Kirinyaga. And I would like to state that, as we are all aware, in 2016, the government came up with a policy of establishing at least one national polytechnic in every county, and this was really focusing on the constitutional principles of equity, regional balance, and devolution of services. Alongside this, there was also a sub-policy of establishing at least one TVET institution in each constituency in all our 290 constituencies. As of now, with effect from 2016, immediately there were parameters, there was a clear criteria given on what and which TVET institution will be able to qualify for a national polytechnic status. Among the criteria that we followed was that the acreage must be a minimum of 50 acres, and they must have a title for that, and that they must have accreditation from TVETA for the programs that they offer must be approved by TVETA, and that it must also be situated in a high potential area